Hi, I'm Paul Sikorsky, the Police Chief for the City of Davenport. I want to welcome you to our Police Applicant Workshop. The Davenport Police Department is committed to the values of integrity, fairness, competency, and professionalism through positive and meaningful police-citizen interactions and partnerships. These interactions and partnerships preserve the peace and safety of the community, making Davenport a desirable place to live.
Hi, I'm Scott Van Woestein, the Talent Administrator for the City of Davenport, and I'll be your host during this virtual workshop. The Davenport Police Department has a staff of about 170 sworn officers and about 25 civilian staff who help support the work of our sworn officers. It has three divisions. The Patrol Division, which is the most recognizable division. It's the marked police cars and the officers in their full uniforms that work 3 different shifts, 24/7, 365 days a year. There's also the Criminal Investigation Division, which houses our Detective Bureau, which is housed at the Major Crimes Unit, Special Victims Unit, Property Crimes Unit, the Gun Crimes Unit, and then we have the Services Division, which houses our special unit of the NEXT officers, the Neighborhoods Energized to Succeed, which is our Community Policing Division, also the Crime Prevention Division, the School Resource Officers, and the entire Records Bureau staff. Some of the special units within the department include the Traffic Division. Those officers are assigned to assist and enforce traffic laws. We have a motorcycle unit. We have the Emergency Services Team, which is our highly trained SWAT members responding to those critical incidences of the most severe kind in our community. We also have crime scene technicians who work sometimes overnight doing the investigative work at the crime scenes. Davenport as a whole, we see about 106,000 calls for service each and every year. So if you are someone who likes to be busy, likes to be productive, then the Davenport Police Department is for you, because we will keep you very busy. The process. You have to be patient, you have to have perseverance, and you have to be focused during this process. And I'm going to go through each one of these sections, but you have to pass each subsequent section before you can go to the next. So online applications are currently being accepted. Those meeting the minimum qualifications will move to the physical ability testing. Those passing that particular test will move to the written exam. Once you pass that, you go into the background investigation and polygraph section, and then those who pass that particular section go to the chief's final interview. And I'm going to go through each one of these sections now. So minimum qualifications. You have to be at least 21 years old at the time of appointment. You must have a high school diploma or GED and at least 30 college credits from an accredited college or university. Some substitutions that we offer in lieu of that 30 college credits could be 1 year of active military duty or 1 year as being a sworn police officer in another community. And you must be a U.S. citizen at the time of the written examination. So applying, you go to our city website, cityofdavenportiowa.com, click on Career Opportunities, which is about a page down on the right. Once you click on that, you'll be able to select Police Officer 2020, which will then take you to governmentjobs.com, where you will complete your online application. Well, only online applications are accepted. We do not accept paper applications. Once you submit your application, you will receive a written confirmation email. Included in the initial application are supplemental questions, which you need to be honest in answering. They do include some of the automatic disqualifiers. So we're offering you an opportunity to be honest and truthful at the forefront and save you time if by chance you are not eligible to test with the Davenport Police Department. Also included within the application is the information packet, which is packed full of pertinent, relevant information that you need to make sure you're aware of. Physical ability testing. The state mandates, the state of Iowa mandates that we have you perform 4 different examinations. That includes a sit and reach, which includes testing for flexibility. 1 minute sit-ups, 1 minute push-ups, and a 1.5 mile run. Within the information packet, there is a two different matrix forms based on your gender and your age. This is the one test where you have all the answers to what is required. Based on your gender and age, you will know what you have to accomplish for the sit and reach. You will know how many sit-ups you have to do within a minute. You will know how many push-ups you have to do within a minute. And you know the time you need to do the 1.5 mile run. And there also is an eye exam. We have our city nurse on site as well, giving you an eye exam. Pursuant to state requirements, you cannot have eyesight worse than 20/100 in either eye, and it must be correctable to 20/20. And you must have regular color vision. After you pass the physical ability testing, you will go on to the police officer selection test written exam. Again, this is a state mandated exam that covers 4 sections: arithmetic, reading comprehension, grammar, and incident report writing. Each of these sections are timed. You have a certain amount of time to take each one of these sections, and you must pass each individual section with a score of at least 70%. And that picture you see there is the auditorium where you will be taking the exam in the basement of the Davenport Police Department. Further information, the exam is a standardized exam from Standard & Associates. You can obtain further information about that exam by going to their website, but after you have an application in the system with us, come down to City Hall, pick up a free study guide so you can begin to study for it. The testing company also offers an opportunity via their website to take an online practice exam for $15. This is an excellent opportunity for you to identify improvement areas and seek out additional help as needed, because you need to pass this exam to move on to the next section, the background investigation and polygraph. During this process, you will receive a 36-page document called the Personal History Statement that you will completely fill out and turn in by the deadline. This document covers information about your relatives, relationships, references, education and employment history, drug usage, criminal history, and some other areas as well. This information is thoroughly reviewed by the investigators and the polygrapher. This is your opportunity to be truthful. Familiarize yourself with the standards. This must be turned in by the deadline. Once this is turned in and reviewed by the investigators and the polygrapher, a polygraph exam will be scheduled. Once these investigations conclude, a background investigation roundtable discussion is hosted by the chief and his command staff, including members of Human Resources at the City of Davenport, to discuss each background in its entirety. And those passing this particular component will then move on to the final interview by the chief and his members of his command staff. So after you have the final interview, if by chance you're one of the 30 candidates selected to be on the civil service list, the Civil Service Commission of the City of Davenport will receive that list to certify what is the list that the chief hires from. If your name's on the list, you have an opportunity to be hired. If your name's not on the list, you're not going to be hired. The chief of police will offer employment based on staffing needs. And if you by chance are one of the lucky ones to receive an offer of employment, you again will take 2 more exams. You will go back to that physical ability exam and do the sit and reach, the sit-ups, the push-ups, and the 1.5 mile run again. And you need to pass that at that time as well. And then you also will take the personality inventory, which is the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, which is then reviewed by the psychologist on contract with the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy. The Iowa Law Enforcement Academy, also known as ILEA, is just north of Des Moines in Johnston, Iowa, up at Camp Dodge. It is a 16-week academy. The academy is completely paid for by the city. When you are attending the police academy, you are a full salary and full benefit employee with the City of Davenport. We provide a vehicle for you to get to and from Johnston, Iowa, and meals and lodging is provided. After you graduate from the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy, you will then come back to the Davenport Police Department and begin your 4-month Field Training Officer program, which is essentially you being placed with several different field training officers on several different shifts, learning exactly how the City of Davenport Police Department protects and serves the community here in Davenport. Thanks for attending our virtual police officer applicant workshop.